at low tide.
This is Highway 190. They call this the Bold Coast, coming down into Eastport. I can't believe we almost missed this. I was so myopically focused on lighthouses that I didn't even think to go down here because there wasn't any on the map, not thinking that the map I'm looking at doesn't talk about the Canadian lighthouses since we're right on the border here.
You have arrived.
Not quite yet. I can't believe we almost missed this town, guys. It was a total gift from God that we pulled over and looked at that boat hull, and then Cecil told us about this town, and we just missed it by 6 miles. So let's check it out. Eastport, Maine. So this is the break wall that Cecil told us about, and I think I can see at least one lighthouse that I think's on the Canadian side over here. But let's go take a look. Hopefully you can hear me with the wind.
Take the next right onto Washington Street.
Welcome to Lubec, Maine. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Not Lubbock, Texas, Lubec, Maine.
Continue for half a mile.
I just got the 411 from a local, really nice lady. Let me show you. Okay, guys, so this, across the river, is Canada. And that is their lighthouse. I will put on the screen when I make this video which lighthouse that is. On the Canadian side, that would be the bridge to Canada. Look at the tides here. This is just that part of the world that has such high tides. Okay, so this sweet lady just here in town told me how to see there's 2 more lighthouses. There's one they call the spark plug, because I guess it's black and white and looks like a spark plug. Let's go see if we can find it before it gets dark. You gotta move. Move. Let's take the long way out of town so we can at least see the downtown area here. These little towns up north. It's so cool. Lubbock Brewing Company. This reminds me so much of the UP, some of the places in the UP. It also reminds me of Newfoundland and just maritime Canada, which is, you know, this northern Maine is pretty much just the U.S. version of maritime Canada. Here's the boat launch. The tide is out right now. I think it's coming back in. There's some islands. An island. Sand in the stream, that is what we are. Got part of me that's trying to define this place in my head, you know, like come up with these adjectives. Everything just feels really, and I say this in a good way, it feels dangerous. Like there's just such a lack of safety in the air. Like a lot of the piers are just crooked, and some of the pilings are broken, and some of them are bent. And it's like everything just feels so rugged and old, and just like it's kind of like it's just like, you know, take your chances. If you're gonna live here, you're taking your chances to live here, because it could be dangerous. I'll keep working on it. As I've got up north here, I'm starting to realize that lighthouses is really just one of the many things, one of the many photo-worthy, chronicling, you know, footage-worthy things to see here. I mean, just all the boats and all the gray buildings and the piers and the rock ledges and man, this is a beautiful part of the country. Okay, I think we're on it. I'm gonna try to beat the sunset here. Okay, guys, this is about as good as we're gonna get for this one. There she is. The locals, come on, focus. Okay, so the locals call this the spark plug. It kind of does look like a spark plug. I'm sorry if it's not focusing. It's because we've got low light. See what I mean? Caution, serious risk of water engulfing your vehicle. It's just like, they're just kind of like strongly cautioning you instead of ordering you. Like, I wouldn't do that if I were you, but hey, it's your life. You can drive down there if you want. Okay, guys, check another one off the list. That was pretty cool. So I was sitting here looking at the map, trying to figure out where we're going to go to now. And there's another lighthouse. I guess the most eastern tip of the United States is right down this road here, and there's another lighthouse down there. So, but it's getting dark, so I don't know. Just stay tuned and find out whether we see it tonight or tomorrow morning. Oh, hi, I'm Wavy Gravy, star of the channel. So Brenton and I are chomping at the bit for Shanty boat season to start, and one of the reasons is we got a new Vatrer 460 amp hour lithium battery to replace our worn out lead acid batteries in the Beagle barge. So stay tuned for that. Thanks. Cool. Look at this. Wow. I think they might actually give tours of this lighthouse. I'm going to see if I can get enough signal to look it up. And we might sleep in the metal tent here tonight and take a tour tomorrow. I'm not sure though. We'll see. Good morning, guys and gals. So this would be an example of a night spent out in the middle of nowhere. And we came in after dark, and I'm not entirely sure where we are. I mean, I know we're still in Maine, but I don't think we crossed over into Canada on accident. Probably would have known that. went down this side road, obviously, for probably 2 or 3 miles. Goes into some kind of preserve or state forest. And we just slept last night. It was perfectly peaceful, dark, quiet, beautiful. Now we're going to go find coffee. Stay tuned. We are definitely in lobster country. Look at those beauties. Yeah, lighthouse around here somewhere.
I am the granddaughter of the lighthouse keepers.
Are you serious?
Delia May Ferris, Corbett family lighthouse keepers.
This one?
Yeah, this one.
It's called Little Creek? Is that
Little
what it is?
River.
Little River, okay.
This is like a little river coming in and out where we have our harbor.
Wow.
And you're our first person of the year.
Well, I'm so proud of that, too.
Did you know that? Why don't we take a little walk down here?
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Yeah,
Can I?
Pull right in right
Okay, thank you.
there. I'm having my morning glass of Chardonnay.
Oh, I was looking for a morning glass of coffee.
There you go.
Well, guys, how lucky.
Maine, Minnesota. Now, what do you think of this goddamn president that we have right now?
Oh, well, maybe we'll talk about him. But guys, granddaughter of the original lighthouse keeper here in Little River.
Well, you know, this is the most beautiful harbor on the coast of Maine.
I just came around the corner and it was like it was a movie or something.
Absolutely. It is the best. We preserved everything that we could that you are looking at right now is preserved land with hiking trails. And we did it in the time when we had a window of opportunity to preserve through the Maine Coast Heritage Trust, the Nature Conservancy, and the State of Maine Public Lands. So everything you look at is preserved forever. And that includes the island at the mouth of the harbor, Little River.
What's the name of the island?
Little River.
Oh, Little River Island. Okay.
Because people in their way back in the day would come in and think, oh, this must be a little river. No, it was a lovely, narrow harbor, which was first discovered by whichever English or, because the native peoples had lived here and had done very well fishing and clamming and doing that. And then along came the first industry, which would be, back in the day, most people lobsters weren't a big deal then, but you could go out and catch a lot of codfish. That was very important. You dried the cod, you could have it, all year round. So it was a wonderful place to dry fish along the wharves that were built here. And then eventually lobsters went up to the top of the list of people's delicacies. They were considered, we would call them spiders, giant ocean spiders or something. We didn't think they were worth anything. But the market grew because of Europe and people who had lots of money. So we transformed into a perfect lobstering village because the waters are deep and cold. And that's what the lobsters like. So we have some of the best fishing on the coast of Maine.
Now, forgive me, but I haven't even looked on the map. I'm kind of a seat-of-the-pants type of traveler, adventurer. What is the name of this town?
Cutler.
It's Cutler. Okay. Cutler, Maine. Okay.
Named after a first settler from Massachusetts who came sailing, back in the probably 1800s, sailing in, and he named it after his family. We did after his family once we started settling here.
I would love to see the lighthouse.
Well, you're going to see the boathouse, that's all.
Oh.
The lighthouse, there's a song that is sung by my favorite singers, Castle Bay, down the coast, and they have a song about Little River. It shines its light out to the ocean. Therefore, we do not see the lighthouse. What we'll see is the boathouse, where you go back and forth to the harbor, to the store to get your groceries and whatever, and go back to the island.
So is the lighthouse? Can you see it from a distance?
You could go by helicopter. You can take. You can hire a boat in the summer to take you around it.
Is it on? Oh, it's on an island out there.
Yeah, Little River.
Little River Island.
So
Okay,
this is
gotcha. Now I'm
Little
understanding.
River. This is Little River, and then the island.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll find some pictures of it online then.
Yeah, you will.
But so this, what we're going to see is the boathouse.
Yeah.
Where the keeper would keep his boat to come to and from.
And my mother and her 6 brothers and sisters, he would take them into school here in town on his boat, and then pick them up at the end of the day.
Oh, what a cool life.
It was cool. Yeah, all of my aunts and uncles were incredibly interesting people. And of course, I'm the generation with a lot of my relatives, my cousins have settled here. So we form storytelling circles. You know, we would love talking about our heritage amongst ourselves, but also with folks like you. Let's take a walk.
Awesome. Let's do it.
Got a sweet dog here.
Oh, it helps not to know her.
Now, this was the sea captain's home, Captain John Day.
Okay, guys, just in case you can't hear that, this is the sea captain's home, which we're going to take a look at.
Very handsome place. And before Captain John Day, he was a captain in Vietnam. The first family was a Captain Thurlow, and he lived here with his family and had his own large sailing vessel, which would take products from Washington County down to Portland and Boston. Yeah, and became quite wealthy. And what a handsome building this is. I'm so glad it's been preserved and people are taking care of it. You know? Yeah.
Can I get
and
a little?
You can rent this. This is something you can.
Can I get a little closer to it to see it?
Sure. Yeah. They have a rather, you know how it is, expensive fee for staying here, but I tell you, it's terrific to be in that building again.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the lighthouses are starting to get bought up by private interests and turned into B&Bs and such. Oh yeah. Look at this. Now I guess you guys can rent and stay here and rent it. It's an Airbnb, guys.
Oh yeah. Captain Thurlow's ledge is out there at low tide because he was so embarrassed, you know. When you consider that he was a captain of a large wooden sailing vessel, and one time, I think in the fog, he struck the ledge, and that required a lot of repair underneath his vessel, and so to his embarrassment, it's now been called Captain Thurlow's Ledge.
Thurlow?
Thurlow.
Thurlow. Yeah. Captain Thurlow's Ledge.
The original builder and owner.
Oh, yeah.
Of this wonderful building.
And the lighthouse is on the other side of that island.
The backside of the island, you can really get a good view of the Canadian lighthouses, which would be Machias Seal Island, which is contested international territory. And we have a tour boat here in Cutler that takes you out to photograph the puffins on Machias Seal Island.
Now that island that's contested, what's the name of it?
That would be Machias Seal Island.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's claimed by both of our countries.
There needs to be at least one
Never
island
been
like
resolved,
that.
And we love it. You know?
Is there anyone that lives out there?
Oh well, it is a prominent lighthouse tower because the fisheries of both of our countries. You know, that's where we meet. Then we dispute the line where we meet for our fisheries between Canada and the United States. So it's a very critical island. I'd say it's half owned by the U.S., half owned by the Canadians. So we keep a presence out there by landing bird watches. We start from Cutler. We have a boat that takes them out. And then they keep men on the island tending the lighthouse so they can claim it and we can claim it. And I love it. I love it because it's a peaceful way to still keep an argument going. They're quite striking looking, aren't they?
Yeah, what are these?
Think about what today is what are all these boats going out to catch? now, what do they grow now?
So are they lobster traps?
Yes. And these are, when they bring the lobsters in, you wait until the price goes up. And so you hold them in these lobster cars. They're called lobster cars. Who knows why? And you keep them in there until the price goes up.
That's a good idea.
It is. It's a very good business deal.
This might be a rare view of Cutler here, guys. I am the first tourist here. She said I'm the first person this year that she's giving a little tour to. She is the granddaughter of the lighthouse keeper. What is the population of Cutler?
I would say probably around 800.
800?
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, I was asking, does anyone ever come in here? The population of Cutler sounds like about 800 people, and it's a very protected area. And so, of course, I was asking, could someone just bring their own boat in, drop anchor, and just live on their boat for a while? And you said...
Absolutely. We have a town harbor master. He would check in at the town office and be greeted by this person, and then we keep 2 or 3 extra moorings for that purpose.
This place is for sale. Let's just peek at it for a second. Maybe I'll try to find online how much it is. I'm sure it's a lot. It is a modest little salt box, I think is what they would call this. Yeah, just tucked back here in the trees. This would be such a sweet little spot. Look at this. Got your own little driveway coming in. Got this view. You could anchor your boat out there and keep an eye on it from your salt box. What a life. I think the closest I'm going to get to the good life in this life is living on a shanty boat. And I'm not complaining. I'll take it. Ready to keep going? Okay, guys, checking in with you. So we stopped in Eastmothes. I know I'm not pronouncing that right. Anyone that's been on my channel for a while knows I'm terrible at pronunciations. It's almost entertainment. Kind of reminds me of the line in the shipping news. You don't know nothing about boats, and that's entertaining too. So, but yeah. Anyways, we're going down to Eastport, I guess, and there's an offshore lighthouse which we might be able to see from the point. Let's find out.